last video, we talked about the cerebrum. In this video, we'll be talking about some other brain structures. Namely, we will bring up the brain, or the cerebellum, the brainstem, and the diencephalon. All right, so starting with the diencephalon. Diencephalon is going to be found deep to the cerebrum. It forms the central core of the forebrain. It's composed of gray matter, and it's responsible for enclosing the third ventricle. Structures that make up the diencephalon include the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the epithalamus, and the pituitary gland. The thalamus is the relay station for information coming into the cerebral cortex. Within it, the information is going to be sorted out and edited. You'll notice that it is actually a bilateral egg-shaped nuclei. So you see just one egg, one half of it, but it's going to be bilateral, so have a left and a right side associated with it. Interthalamic adhesions are going to connect the different nuclei, which you can see some of them here. Thalamus translates to inner room because it's found within the brain. You can think of it as a gateway to the cerebral cortex. Most of the diencephalon is made up of the thalamus, where you are going to receive fibers from specific regions of the cerebral cortex, and also project fibers from there. Afferent fibers from all parts of the body converge on the thalamus and will synapse with at least one of the nuclei there. In addition to mediating sensations, it also helps with motor activities, cortical arousal, learning, and memory. The hypothalamus is the main control center of the body. It controls the autonomic nervous system, is responsible for initiating physical responses to emotions, helps regulate body temperature, food intake, water balance, sleep-wake cycles, and will control the endocrine system function. So as far as the endocrine system control, it has two important roles. First, it's going to be releasing and inhibiting hormones that control the hormones of the anterior pituitary. Second is that the two nuclei here are going to produce hormones ADH and oxytocin that are going to be released by the posterior pituitary. The brainstem consists of the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. The brainstem centers produce the autonomic behaviors that are essential for survival, and it's going to be associated with 10 of the 12 different cranial nerves that we'll talk about in another lecture. So the midbrain is this structure here. It is going to contain the cerebral aqueduct, which connects the third and fourth ventricles. The corpora quadragemina is the largest midbrain nuclei that you find on the top of the midbrain, on the superior portion of it. The functions of the midbrain include regulation of motor control, processing sensory information for vision and hearing, and controlling certain reflexes like the eye movement and pupil dilation reflex. The pons is a bulging brainstem region between the midbrain and the medulla oblongata. Dorsally, the fourth ventricle is going to separate it from the cerebellum. Its name means bridge, and as it suggests, it is chiefly composed of fiber tracts. They are oriented in two different directions. So you have deep projection fibers that run longitudinally and act as a pathway between higher brain centers and the spinal cord. And you have superficial ventral fibers that run transversely and dorsally, which connect the pons with the two sides of the cerebellum dorsally, and also help relay conversations between the motor cortex and cerebellum. The medulla oblongata blends into the spinal cord. The spinal cord is going to pass through the foramen magnum of the skull. The central canal of the spinal cord continues into the medulla, where it broadens into the fourth ventricle. This is the most inferior part of the brain, and it contains several different centers that have different functions. So it's an autonomic reflex center. It has a cardiovascular center that is going to control both the heart and the blood vessels. So the cardiac center adjusts the force and the rate of heart contractions, while the vasomotor center is going to change the diameter of blood vessels in order to regulate blood pressure. The respiratory center is going to control breathing, and there are many others that are going to regulate different things like vomiting, hiccuping, swallowing, coughing, and sneezing. This brings us to the cerebellum. The cerebellum is responsible for providing precise timing and appropriate patterns of skeletal muscle contraction. It helps make sure that these are going to be smooth, coordinated movements that are going to help with everyday living. It counts for about 11% of the brain mass, so only the cerebrum is larger. The cerebellum is located dorsally to the pons and medulla, and sitting in between there, you have the fourth ventricle. It protrudes under the occipital lobes of the cerebral hemisphere, and as I mentioned in a different lecture, it is separated from the cerebrum by the transverse cerebral fissure. So the cerebellum is going to be monitoring the difference between the actual and the expected result. So important features of it include Purkinje cells. These are large cells with extensive branching dendrites that send axons through the white matter to synapse with the central nuclei of the cerebellum. And you have the arbor vitae, translates tree of life. That is going to be the white matter of the cerebellum. All right, so that finishes our overview of the distinct structures of the brain. We'll look at the blood-brain barrier and the cerebrospinal fluid next.